Hey everybody, I'm back at it again with another playthrough. This time I am going to try Escape from Dol Guldur. Now I haven't modified my deck any at all. I haven't taken out any cards to do this particular scenario, but I will say that this scenario is a pain in the butt. I've tried it a few times. Its difficulty is 7, okay, that many, which is one of the highest difficulties out there. So that means you're not going to beat it very often, and actually, I've never beaten this one. And it's funny when I read on the internet, people, they're like, oh, it's so easy, or, oh, well, you just do, you just get lucky and you beat it. But most people on the internet say that this is an extremely hard scenario. So I don't expect to play this a million times to try to win, but I want to try it once. I've never played it with this particular deck. And so to keep with the theme that Fantasy Flight has developed here, so this is, we've gotten the message to Lady Galadriel in Lorien. Okay, some message that Mirkwood was overrun with bad guys and things like that. So she has sent us to Dol Guldur to check out what's going on. And while we were checking out what's going on, one of our heroes gets captured. And so that's the main focus here, is that we're going to be working with just 2 heroes, at least for the beginning, okay? And that's part of the setup phase, okay? So for the setup phase for this particular round, for 1A, it says search the encounter deck for the 3 objective cards. Now there's 3 objective cards. There's the Dungeon Torch, the Shadow Key, and Gandalf's Map. And each of them do different things. They're not very positive things, but you need them in order to escape from the scenario, okay, in order to beat the scenario. And then it also says take the Nazgul of Dol Guldur out of the deck, which is this big, huge bad guy that I have up here. And he gets placed out of play. Okay. Now each of these cards are guarded. And that guarded keyword means that you draw a card from the encounter deck, and it gets guarded by whatever is there. So I can't claim this Dungeon Torch until I get rid of the Enchanted Stream. Okay, and I'm going to do the same thing here. Look, here's the Necromancer's Pass. I can't get the Shadow Key until that happens. And then number 3 is the Dol Guldur Orcs. Okay, and so the when revealed effect of the Dol Guldur Orcs doesn't go off because it says because the character currently committed the quest. Okay, so I don't have a character currently committed to the quest. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to roll to see who randomly gets. I'm going to take off my watch. Who randomly gets selected. I don't know what order these are in. I've been messing around with them. So, which of my heroes? So I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. And so what happens is, let's see. So 1, 2, 3. So this guy, whoever this guy is, stays. He got captured. He got captured by these orcs that are now in the dungeon of Dol Guldur. And so he stays over. He doesn't. This hero cannot do anything. Cannot collect resources. So he is out of play. Okay, so I'm going to turn over and figure out who that was. That was Haldir. Okay, that was not what I was hoping for, but, whatever. It's what it is. Okay, so now I'm going to, let's see, turn this over, and it says, when revealed, randomly select 1 hero among, and that's what I did. I can only play 1 ally card each turn. Okay, and then in order to beat this objective, I also have to have one of the objectives on. And I'm telling you right now that I'm going to want to have the Dungeon Torch, because the Dungeon Torch's effect just says that at the end of each round I'm going to raise my threat by 2, as opposed to the other things that are going on here. Okay, so this is Haldir, who's been captured. So one of the reasons why I love this game, while I'm shuffling up, one of the reasons why I love this game is that it's different every time you play it. Okay, obviously you get new cards every time, and even though I'm playing the same deck, if you've watched my previous episodes, you'll notice that every game is different, and they do this with a creative way of dealing with the cards. That mechanic with the cards is really cool. So now every time I play this, in this case, I'm going to have a different thing guarding an objective. So that means these objectives I am going to have to quest through differently every time I play. And then when I have enemies coming down, I'm going to have different shadow effects every time I play. And that is, I just can't get over how creative this game is. And I wish that I found this all on my own and all by myself, but unfortunately I did not. So, oh well, what can you do? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So just like always, I'm looking for the Light of Valinor. So this guy doesn't have to exhaust to quest. And I guess I should go through my heroes. So under here is Haldir. He can attack things that aren't engaged with him, which is great for this quest because I can attack and kill things in the staging area. Then there's Glorfindel, who's great because he can quest for 3, but every time he quests, every time he exhausts a quest, I have to raise my threat by 1. And then there's Legolas. And Legolas, every time he participates in an attack that kills somebody, I get to put 2 progress tokens on the current quest. Okay, so right now I only have 2 heroes. Okay, so let's see what my first hand is. So I got an Ent, a Cloak, I got the Defender, I got the... I don't have that many creatures in this deck, and I got 5 creatures, or 5 allies out of 6 cards. And the problem with that is that if I'm getting 5 allies, I can only play 1 per turn, and that's going to just be a pain in the neck to actually try to get somebody out. Or not somebody out, but it's just going to be a pain in the neck. I'm going to have a handful of allies. Plus, I didn't get the Light of Valinor. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to discard it. Okay. Here's my captured Haldir. And so my starting threat is 23. Okay. I'm going to try to be really good about raising my threat and making sure that everything is going okay with that. Okay. And let's get started. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and my draw card is 7. You can only mulligan once, so let's see. Okay, a Test of Will, Ent Drawn, Hasty Stroke, Treebeard, Defender of Naith, Well Warned, and another Ent Drawn. So this is actually shaping up to be pretty good in this case because Okay, so here's what we're going to do. I'm going to be super dorky. I'm going to put I have tokens, or not tokens. I don't use tokens. I'm going to use dice. And so they match the amount, they match the sphere. So I'm going to have Tactic Sphere and Spirit Sphere. And here's the thing, is that can't play anything right now, but I'm not sure I want to anyways, okay, because the Ent draw, I need to have an Ent character in play, which is this guy, and then these 2 can cancel stuff, which is good in this deck. Yeah, so Even though I didn't get the Light of Valinor, I think I'm okay. Okay. So here's what I'm going to do. Okay, what I know to be true here is that I have 7 already out in the staging area. So my threat is way up there. But again, thematically, I think that's cool because I'm going into Dol Guldur to try to rescue these guys. So I'm already doing something that's threatening, as opposed to traveling from, in Mirkwood or traveling through down the Anduin. Here, I'm going into the bad guy's headquarters, and the staging area kind of reflects that I'm doing something that's crazy. Okay, so I am going to quest for 3. I'm going to raise my threat by 1 because that's what Glorfindel does. Okay, I'm going to draw the card. Okay, and it says deal 1 damage to each exhausted character. Now here's the thing. You know what? I think in this case, because I could use a test of will, but I don't think I want to use a test of will because there may be other things in here that I don't like. So I'm going to take the 1 damage onto Glorfindel. Okay, and so that's what I'm going to do there. Okay. So now I quested for 3. I have 3 willpower, and there's still just 7 out there. So just 7, I say. So that's a difference of 4. So I go up by 4. So I'm at 28. I'm at 28 threat. Okay. Now what? Okay, so now I have to attack. So I'm gonna engage the. Oh no, I'm gonna travel first. Okay, I'm gonna travel to the enchanted stream. And so that just means I can't draw cards until I do that. Okay. Okay, so now what can I do with this guy? You know what? I am going to let him through. He's going to attack. I'm going to let him through. Okay, let's see what we got here. Okay, so this was caught in a web. Doesn't have a shadow effect, so now I get to do 2 damage. And I'm going to do 2 damage again to Glorfindel. Okay, Glorfindel has 5 hit points. He kind of is taking this damage. Now, here's the good thing that I can do. Oh, wait, you know what I'm going to do now, too? Is I'm going to play Well Warned. Okay, Well Warned allows me to reduce my threat by 2 after I engage this guy. I should have done that before he attacked. So I go down to 26 on my threat counter. Okay, that's always convenient. Okay, he attacked. Now I'm going to attack with Legolas. And defends for 0, has 3 hit points. This guy gets killed. Now, that's unattached. And now because this guy killed that guy, I now get to place 2 here, but those 2 there cause the enchanted stream to be explored, and so now I have released 2 of the 3 objectives so far. So that was a pretty good first round, I think, for this scenario. Okay, now I'm going to ready, raise threat, so I'm at 27. I'm in round 2, and I'm going to draw. Oh, good. Look, I got Lembas. Lembas helps because that allows me, oh, you know what? I can't play any of these cards because I need green. So I'm going to put these over here. Maybe I get a chance to rescue somebody. Okay. So I get 2 and 2. So to do that, so I have 2 resources on each of them. But I'm going to bring out Treebeard. Now, Treebeard is nice because he can definitely block some things. Okay. So now, I'm going to quest for 3, I guess. So I have to raise my threat because of Glorfindel. There's already 3 out here. And now the Hummer Horns. So the Hummer Horns, in essence, the Hummer Horns kills a hero if he engages him. So that's why I need Haldir here, because Haldir can kill the Hummer Horns right away. So that's 4 threat. I quested for 3. So I'm going to raise by 1. Now normally I would travel here, but I have 2 cards. I don't want to discard either of these 2 cards. So I'm going to be stingy. Okay. So now I'm going to ready my allies. Okay. So I have 1 tactics, 1 spirit, and then I have 1 Treebeard token. Make sure I grab the right things. These are the ones that I can't play. Now I'm going to draw a card. I have 2 Defender of Naiths here, which is good, but not good. Okay. Oh, I don't know what to do. So I think I'm going to leave Treebeard out. I'm gonna, because I want to be able to, I don't know, but I also want to do this. Well, I'm going to quest for 3. So I'm at 30. Okay. And I feel like I may have forgotten to raise my threat. Let's see here. First time around was 7, did 3, raised by 4, lowered by 2. That's 27 minus 2 is 25, 26. Okay, well, looks like I'm good. This is definitely round 3. I don't hold on much hope that I'm actually going to win this scenario anyways, but we'll do what we can. Okay, so I quested for 3. I took my 1 for this, and now I bring this out. Okay, so this is the Tower Gate. So the Tower Gate says, after traveling to the Tower Gate, each player places the top card of his deck face down in front of him as if it just engaged. Call the work, guard, and acts as an enemy with 1 hit point, 1 attack, and 1 defense. Okay, well, that's cool. So I'm gonna travel there because that gets. I guess I have to. So I have 6. I quested for 3, so I'm at 33 already. Ugh. This is what makes this game so fun and horrible all at once. Okay, so I'm going to quest there. So I take this guy. He comes into play. He's engaged with me. Okay. Okay, so this guy's engaged with me. So he gets a shadow card. I'm going to defend him with Treebeard. Okay. Treebeard defends. It says, choose one. Choose and discard 1 attachment I control. I don't control any attachments, nor do I control any of the objective cards, which count as an attachment. Okay, so Treebeard is able to take the 1 damage. This guy now attacks, does 1 damage, or does 3 damage. This guy dies, like it would have been an int. He goes here. So I do I travel the tower, and because of Legolas's response, and I do one there. So that is actually pretty good. Okay. So I'm going to raise my threat 2, 2, 2. Okay. Round. Draw. Okay, so I got Proud Hunters. That doesn't help me right now. But I'm definitely going to play. Let's see, I'm going to spend 1 spirit and 2 tactics to bring out the defender. That makes me feel a little bit better, because now I can quest for 2, 5. So I still raise my threat by 1 because of Glorfindel, but now I actually have more threat than what's in the staging area. There's only 4 in the staging area. Okay, it says each enemy and each location in the staging area get +1 until the end of phase. Okay, so that's +1, that's +1, so that's 4, that's 6. I quested for 5, so I'm going to have to take 1, right? 6 and 5 is 1. Okay, so I guess I'm going to have to travel to the Necromancer's Pass. That's just not helping me. So, in order to travel to the Necromancer's Pass, I have to take all these cards in my hand. And so now I'm going to shuffle them up. Okay. Now there is no 7-sided dice. Okay, I'm going to move my threat counter back a little bit. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw an 8-sided dice. I'm going to roll an 8-sided dice. And if it's an 8, I'll re-roll. If it's 1 through 7, that's good. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, the Lembas, which would have been nice for him, but that's okay. And so now we do the same thing with a 6-sided dice. That's 1. So, okay, and draft. So that makes me feel a little bit better. Because the Hummer Horns are going to come out, I feel, pretty soon. And I'm going to need to be able to do something to them. Okay. Okay, so now we ready. 2, 3, 1. Where's my... Here it is, right here. 1. Okay, got all sorts of stuff going on here. Okay. Counters, counters, counters up there. Okay. Raise my threat. Raise the round. And draw a card. I got another Treebeard, which may or may not help. So I'm going to put out another Defender of Naif. Okay. Okay, so now I'm going to quest for 2, 5. I'm going to quest for 5. Pull out a character. Okay, so this is the Endless Caverns. It's only got a threat of 1, but it's got a doomed 1. Doomed means you raise your threat by 1 when that card is revealed. Plus it has a surge. So that's not good. And so now it's the Mountains of Mirkwood, and the Mountains of Mirkwood say to travel here, reveal the top card of the encounter deck and travel. Okay, So that's 4 though, and I did 5. Okay, so that means that I get to do 1 on this guy. And now, as I'm just looking here, trying to make sure that I'm reading this correctly, I think that I can engage the Hummer horns optionally, because it says as long as you engage, it says after Hummer horns engages you, but if I engage it, I think it is good. So I'm going to take the Hummer horns and assume that I'm interpreting that correctly. Now he can do 2. So I'm going to do this. I don't know why I kept him out there anyways. I actually looked up some rule clarification there, and I think that I have it right. So I'm going to block with the defender. Okay, there's no shadow, so this guy doesn't take any damage. And now Legolas kills it. Okay, and so I'm going to put it up in the Dol Guldur. The Nazgul with Dol Guldur is out of play. Okay, so now this guy, there's my victory display up here. There's a lot going on here. Okay, so I get 2, so this is 2, so that's fine, that's traveled. Now this comes down into the, I'm going to put just like this, and that was only 1 that I did, so now I'm going to put my second one here. So I think I'm okay right now. Okay, so, ready everybody? Now all I have are locations in here, so this, I don't know, maybe this is turning out better than I thought. I'm at 39 threat. Let's raise, not raise threat, but let's give me some resources. Okay, so there's a feint. Well, okay. This doesn't help me at all. So I'm going to quest for 2, 5, 6. Raise my threat by 1 because of Glorfindel, so I'm at 40 now. Okay, so it says the Great Forest Web. Each player must exhaust 1 hero to travel here, so that's okay. So I did 6, 2, 4, 5. I'm at 3 here, so that's good. Okay. So I don't know what the ruling is on this, because it says each player must travel. I can't exhaust 1, so I'm wondering if I can't travel there. But whatever. Okay, so I'm going to travel to the Forest Mountain, or sorry, the Mountains of Mirkwood. Okay, and then when I travel there, then I'm going to reveal the top card of my deck. And the top card of my deck says I have to reveal 1 character that I control and exhaust it, right? Choose and exhaust 1 character that I control. Okay, but now I can come out here. So here's, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to defend this spider with this guy here. Okay, so this guy, let's see, there's no shadow, so he does 3, so this guy takes 1 damage. Now I'm going to ready Treebeard. I may have had to have ready him before all of this happened. Not only am I going to ready Treebeard, I'm also going to Can't do that. Okay, so now I'm going to attack this. This is dead because Treebeard can do 4 damage. Okay, so here we go. Oh, the Light of Haldir! Raise threat, raise the round. So now we're 3, 2, 2. Okay, so now we put the Light of Haldir there. That helps. So now we're back down to 1. And I don't have any characters to play. So now I'm going to quest for 2, 5, 6 again. Okay. But I don't have to raise my threat. There's 3 out there. Draw this. So this is a 2. Okay. Deal 2 damage to a character currently committed to the quest. That would be Treebeard. Okay. Okay. So that's 2. So now I get to do 1. That's 1. Should keep this guy out. Healthy all the time. Anyways. Okay. Okay. So I'm going to engage this guy. I'm going to block with the defender. No shadow. The defender blocks all of it. And now I'm going to attack with Glorfindel. Glorfindel does 3 damage. This guy dies. Okay, so now we're ready. Ready. We do 4, 2, 3. Raise our threat. We're at 42 threat. A really good time for like an Elrond's Council or something that allows me to reduce my threat. Proud Hunters again. Okay. So now let's do 2, 5, 6 again. Okay, it says when revealed, you know what? I'm going to cancel that when revealed effect using a test of will. So there's that. Okay. And so next time a player would draw, I want to make sure that I continually draw cards so that we can do this. So I quested for 6. There's 3 out here. So 4, 5. So that's good. And then 6. And now this has an effect that I get to draw. Oh, I get to look at the top 5 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I get to put one of them in my hand. Okay, so it's Unseen Strike, Bowhook, Galhadreen, Defender. You know what? I think I'm going to use the Defender. I'm going to take this and I'm going to shuffle these back in. Because again, to get out characters in this scenario is good. Okay. Okay, so we do that. Okay, so that's been quested. I have 4 on here, so now we're gonna. So I will travel here, and I will exhaust Glorfindel to do that. Okay, good. So I'm gonna ready. I don't have anything else to do. Okay, I'm gonna get more. More resources. Okay, so I have 4 tactics, 2 spirit, and 5 on Treebeard. I'm going to raise my threat by 1. Do this. Okay. I'm going to draw a card. So that's the Bow of Galadrim, I guess. I don't know. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to use all my tactics resources. Use 3 to bring out another defender of 9. Okay. Now I'm going to quest, because I don't have anything else that I can really do. I mean, I guess I could bring out the Bow of Galadrim. Right now I need to quest. So I'm going to quest for 6 again. Okay, so this is Eyes of the Forest. It says that I discard all the event cards in my hand. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 event cards that I discard from my hand. So that's good, though. I mean, it's not good, but I'm okay with that. Because I quested for 6. So there's 1 threat, so I do 5. So this is 2, so I have 3 more. So this is... So I'm at 7. Wow, this isn't bad. Okay. And now I'm going to travel to the Endless Caverns. I'm going to ready. I'm going to draw a card. Cloak of Orion. These 2 can't do anything. I'm going to raise my resources. Raising my resources. Okay. And now I'm going to quest for 6 again. Oh. Okay. Sorry. So I'm going to quest for 6 again. Hopefully. Okay, it says 1 damage to each exhausted character. So Treebeard's exhausted, so he's at 3. And Legolas is exhausted, so he's at 1. So I quested for 6. This is 3. And now I do this, 10. So this is done. So I'm going to do this. Okay, so I'm going to now claim this guy by raising my threat by 2. Now my threat's at 46. This is getting ugly, but I'm going to still put the Dungeon Torch on this guy. Now this automatically is done. Okay, so 2A, there's nothing. And 2D says, after placing any number of progress, flip the prisoner hero card face up. So I may be able to actually rescue the prisoner. Okay, this hero has been rescued. The players as a group cannot play more than 1 ally each round. And it says, I can't go to the next one until I get at least 1 progress token. So the Dungeon Torch means I only have 1 round to do this. At the end of each round raise, I'm not going to be able to do this. I'm going to end up getting quested out unless I draw a Gandalf or an Elrond's Council. Okay. But it'll be fun to try. Okay, so I have to raise my threat by 3 round. And so now I'm going to draw the bow. That doesn't help. And so now I have 7 end tokens, 4 spirit, and 3 lore or tactics. Now I'm going to quest for 6 again. So the jailer comes out. It says if Dungeon Jailer is in the staging area after the players have just quested unsuccessfully, shuffle 1 inconvenient card back into the encounter deck. Okay, well that's a bummer. But that didn't happen. So look at what happens. This is 1. I quested for 6, so I have 5 here. Now, I'm going to, because I have 5, I've rescued Haldir. And now, Haldir can get... Oh, I can't play attachments this round. I forgot. Bah, bah, bah. Okay. So I have to engage this guy. Doesn't matter. Next round I'm going to die. I know that already, but I'm going to play it out. Okay. So this guy's going to... I'm going to engage him. I'm going to use Treebeard to block him. Okay, so he's doing 2 damage. Treebeard blocks for 3. There's no problem. And so now I'm going to do, let's see, 3. There's 8 total. So there's 3. Does he come into play exhausted? One damage. I have to put 1 damage on this guy. So I guess I can. So 3, 4, 5. Oh, that's not going to work. So I'm going to use another thing, and I'm going to now 3, 7, 8. And I'm going to beat the dungeon jailer. So now I have to raise my threat. I'm at 52 threat, and I'm dead. Now, this is the furthest I've ever gotten, and this was the furthest. This is the time I've never gotten killed by like creatures coming out or whatever. I need to go quicker, obviously, and I also need to worry about threat. Now, I do have some threat reduction, like Gandalf and Elrond's Council. So, I don't know. Just unlucky this time around. So, maybe I'll try it one more time and we'll see what happens. Okay, until then, see you later.